What's up guys, BltzZ here today bringing you another video. Final Fantasy VII is out and the combat system is pretty damn good. While it may seem pretty basic at first, you can really take it to the next level, especially if you understand the mechanics behind it. So in this video series, I plan to break down the moves and explain the game plan of each character, from what each combo string can do as well as secret buffs you can get while executing certain requirements. At first, you may not be able to help yourself from going ham and spamming attacks, but there are moments when it's not your turn and you need to defend. We're going to talk about all of that. In the first episode, we're starting on Cloud's Strife, our main protagonist. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Starting off with his basic attacks, Cloud's default mode is Operator Mode. Operator Mode offers great mobility and quick attacks. You can press the square button to attack and do a 5-hit combo. Depending on how quickly you press square is how fast the string can be executed. You don't have to fully go through all 5 hits, you can always stop and cancel it into another move. In Operator Mode, you can also hold down the square button and Cloud will lunge forward, attacking once. After that, he takes another step forward and he attacks in a circle, hitting everything in front and behind him. A very great move for clearing space and AoE hitting multiple opponents. You can actually utilize the AoE sword swing in between Operator Mode combos. So for example, you can press square once and then press and hold it for a 2-hit combo and then go into the AoE circle. You can do the same thing 3 times and then hold it and it'll do the same exact thing 4 times, etc. In between combo gaps, you can input the AoE attack and cancel the animation and go straight into AoE. This is a very solid and basic combo route with Cloud you all should learn, as it is the bread and butter of his fighting style. By pressing triangle once while in combat, you can enter Punisher mode. While Cloud is in this mode, his mobility is severely limited for walking. You can still dodge roll, but it will take you out of Punisher mode and puts you right back into the default mode, Operator. When you're in Punisher mode and you tap triangle again to go back to Operator, Cloud does a quick single strike attack, which can lead back into the 5-hit combo string in Operator mode. The main best thing about Punisher mode is the parry. If you are in Punisher mode and you hold down the block button, Cloud will parry the next melee attack. This does not work against magic or range attacks such as bullets. When parrying, Cloud strikes in front and behind him. The parry attack significantly increases the opponent's stagger gauge. This can really shift the momentum in battle and is one of Cloud's best tools for survivability in this game that you're going to need to learn. The quickest way to access parry is to press triangle, then immediately hold the block button. If you see a quick attack coming from the opponent, you can get this parry off very quickly and counter stagger them to continue your offense and win the battle. This is what I meant by knowing when it's your turn to defend. The enemies in this game can tank or armor through your attacks and sometimes hit you, similar to how you can do the same versus ranged attacks. So keep in mind and always be on the lookout for opportunities to use the parry. Punisher mode modifies Cloud's combo strings for slower but stronger hitting attacks. Instead of a 5-button combo with square, you can do a 3-button combo, but altogether strikes the opponent many times. And also ends in a devastating final hit. If you hold square while in Punisher mode, Cloud will cut his combo short and flash red while stepping forward and striking the opponent really hard. This move is very interesting as it gives Cloud a buff to his damage for 10 seconds if this connects. This is indicated by the orange teeth icon that shows up underneath Cloud's health, which signifies Berserker. If you go into the menu and access the manual, you can see in the status ailment section exactly what this does. While in Berserk mode, Cloud exchanges defense for strength, so you deal more damage but in turn you receive more as well. A very interesting trade-off, but that damage buff is no joke, especially if you combine it with other attacks. This also increases how much stagger you deal to your opponent as well, so take advantage of this buff and activate it often to keep opponents in check. This really reminds me of samurais in Final Fantasy XIV. Here's an example of the damage buff you receive while in Berserk. Braver here does 324 damage to the opponents normally. But in the next clip, when I apply Berserk and then use Braver again, I hit my opponent for 441. This can make a huge difference, especially in boss battles. Once you get comfortable with this, this will be a regular thing that you're going to go for in almost every fight. This next section is more of a universal tip for all characters. For quality of life reasons, Square Enix slows down time for us to go through battle menus and select abilities to use. Sometimes this can really throw off the flow of battles. But we also have the option for quick selecting the abilities to avoid any slowdown. In the menu, we can actually go into battle settings and select and customize which shortcuts we want for our abilities. Doing this and memorizing which input is what can really help you out in battle. It also proves for some flashy combos and amazing battle sequences. You can also quick heal or quick magic cast attacks from this as well as use items, so it's up to you how you use this. In battle, pressing X brings up the menu and allows you to target and choose which monster or ability you want to use, while slowing down time in order to make that choice. However, if you favor a more action-oriented approach, holding down L1 brings up the shortcut menu and allows you to move around while being able to select and input buttons that match the abilities that you equipped here. I don't always use this, but it's amazing how they applied this so it's an optional experience for the user. It's a very great feature to use in order to keep the action going and make for some amazing looking setups or combos. I just love initiating braver or thrust after parrying 2 opponents and capitalizing on my turn to attack. After you've learned how to utilize these moves, this is what they should look like when used in a regular fight. The combat style in this game is absolutely breathtaking, and it takes its time to show you that. If you take the time to understand how these things work and master them, you're absolutely going to enjoy your time playing Final Fantasy VII and battling opponents with Cloud. The parry attack doesn't fully protect Cloud from damage, but it reduces the amount he would have taken, which is something to keep in mind. Combining the AoE attacks, the parrying, and quick select abilities can really take your skills to the next level in this game. I encourage all of you guys to take your time with the combat system and try to understand how these things work in order to get the full experience of this game. That wraps it up for learning how to play as Cloud in Final Fantasy VII. Be sure to like the video if you enjoyed and subscribe if you're new. Hit that notification bell to stay tuned for more of these coming your way ASAP. Up next is Barrett, and then my favorite character Tifa, who is an absolute beast in this game. Be on the lookout for new releases of our Let's Play for Final Fantasy VII. My name is BltzZ, and thanks for watching.